this bridge footage going for a little while. I think it's kind of cool. I wasn't saying much, but I don't know, it's a nice visual backdrop to me rambling here, I guess, as I try to open this video up a little bit differently. I've been trying a few new ways to craft these edits after the fact. As you can see, I've been talking to camera here from a new studio. I haven't shown you much, if any, of what I'm doing in here. There's a sneak peek at another angle that I'm working on over there in the corner. I think I'm going to save that for next season, actually. We're still working out the kinks. I want to talk a little bit about the script that I didn't follow here. I had written down, actually, it's something called, it was called Camden, Maine, Where the Mountain Meets the Sea. And now that my Camden episode is essentially over, I realize all the stuff that I didn't shoot at all. As I read these before I left, I was really excited, but again, I didn't, like I said in the last episode, I didn't really follow these. But I want to go back now, since I have the time now and the camera in the studio here. I want to explore these a little bit and kind of let you know what I didn't capture. Let me just read a few things here, specifically the opening shot list. It says, wide shot of the Camden Harbor with schooners gently swaying in the water. I think I actually did some of that. Close-up of lobster traps or fishermen working on their boats, capturing the grit of coastal life. B-roll of the waves crashing against the rocky shores, emphasizing the raw beauty of the coastline. Don't have that. A slow zoom on one of Camden's historic lighthouses at sunset. I don't remember seeing any lighthouses either. A tracking shot of a narrow street with charming colonial homes leading toward the harbor. Again, great fuel for the mind. Give me a layout here for what to do in the morning, afternoon, midday, afternoon, late evening, places to go, suggested B-roll at each one of them places, what to say to camera, a voiceover, a possible interview. Check out these interview suggestions. A lobster or fisherman, owner of a schooner tour company, art gallery owner, longtime resident or historian, local cafe or restaurant owner. It's specifically that one. It says a local business owner like the owner of Boynton McKay Food Company could talk about Camden's food culture, community, and the challenges of running a business in a tourist-heavy town. Well, as I mentioned, I didn't follow the script, but I was thinking about it. Specifically, who I wanted to interview, who I wanted to get on camera to help me tell the story of the place. So I'm in this little town called Stonington, almost up by Acadia. It's a working pier here. I was just talking to a guy in that lobster boat up there. We're fueling up, heading out. He was describing, there he is right there, the guy in the orange, heading out with the yellow traps. He told me that most of the guys head out first thing in the morning, about 4 in the morning or so. Been working on traps all morning. So one thing that I never mentioned on camera when I was there, before I checked into the room, I found this cute little coffee shop right in the corner. First of all, Stonington, Maine is a really small town. I think it probably balloons up a little bit in the summer, but I'm not sure what the population is. We'll try to find that, maybe put it right here, how many people live there in the winter versus the summer season. But anyway, stopped into this cute little coffee shop right there, right off of the main street. And it looked like something out of, I don't know, a wooden floor, and it just looked like it used to be a general store, I think, and it really looked like it. But they had this display in there. They had all these pictures. I didn't take any photos of them, but here's a couple of quick screen shots from the iPhone of the description of what I was looking at, but there were pictures to go with this of the people and, for example, the fishermen and whatever. I forget what the name of it was. Was it like First Main something? The reason I bring it up is I spent a little bit of time last night as I was going through some of my images, and I saw those shots that I took of those plaques that were on the wall. And I was like, I never really went back and researched this. So I went to the website, and I'll share the website now. But the reason I think it's relevant, especially now, what I'm talking about now, it was a collection of stories. And specifically for that area, it was an archival collection of some of the local fishermen, which I thought was fascinating because that's right in line with what I want to try to do here. I just haven't narrowed down and figured out whose stories and why and how I want to deliver them. But anyway, I think it's relevant to my personal story this year. Again, this was something I wanted to do. I kind of failed miserably because I was going way too fast. I had my buddy Frank kept tapping me on the shoulder virtually saying, hey, are you going to interview that person? Or that sounds like I'd be a great person to talk to. And I was like, yeah. And every once in a while I would get somebody on camera, but for the most part, I didn't. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I just wanted to share this collection here. I think it's a unique way to archive the stories of others. It doesn't need to be on video, but they're there. And it's just I don't know, check it out if you get a chance, if you're interested. And again, let's continue on with my story here. Well, as lame as it is. I think, I don't know what I did. I wandered around a little bit. I think I went out to dinner. I probably ended the day with a bunch of pictures. So that's kind of how I tell my story, I guess. Well, after enjoying a couple of cups of Maine coffee, I got a text that the room was ready. Let's go check this thing out. You gotta check this out. So it's like a little shared patio. Just coming back down the hall here. Come in my room, called the Heritage Room. Show it to you before I muck it up too much. I've already taken a bunch of brackets with this camera here. I'm shooting the first of what's bound to be a countless amount of time lapses. Wow. I think this is hands down one of the best views I've ever had out of a hotel. I mean, check out this. It's like a sitting area right here. Fireplace right here. I think it's a gas fireplace, pretty sure. Little remote on the top. And this, with the curtains open, will be the view from my bed. Yeah, I'll put a link below to this place. And it really wasn't that, it was a really reasonable price, actually. Kind of off season here. Anyway, at some point I'll put together a little collage of time lapses from here. Maybe that'll be right here. Enjoy. I'm in an area here called Pine Something Preserve. The girl at the hotel, or the little inn that I'm staying, had suggested I come here. She said when you get up there, you're actually looking down at the bridge to come over here to Deer Island.
don't know if I'm going to be climbing this rock or not, though. Look at where I am. I'm not climbing this shit. I did see somewhere where it said the hike will require you to use your hands and your feet. This should be good. Onward we go. I did see back there at the entrance to this, it said it's hunting season from October to whenever to wear blaze orange. My question is, hunting for what? What's back here? Well, I made it. Woo! Check out this view of the bridge. She said you'd be looking down onto the bridge. Not really. She's a little dramatic. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Gonna take my time going down. I came up here with my camera and my cell phone and I never even took a shot of it. Anyway, this is where I parked. It's called the Pine Hill Preserve. I'm gonna go Serpentine Loop East, which is right this way. Again, I'm just wondering, what would they be hunting back here? It's a much easier path going back. There was a billy goat climb on the way up there. Leaving a record here in case I break my ankle and I'm stranded. Is this where we go? Yeah. Mike, you're really out of shape. When I was talking to her about the area, small talk, I checked in. It's one of those contactless check-in kind of things. They text you the code. And you don't really... Where the hell's the path at? You don't really need to deal with anybody, but I saw her there. I says, are you one of the owners? And she said no, but she's the manager. So she goes, how long are you here? Just one night? I'm like, yeah. She's like, before you leave, I got a great place for you to visit. Are you a hiker? I'm like, oh yeah. From way back. I think my answer was actually, well, I can be. Oh, there's the route I took. It's like a billy goat route. I think I'm going the right way. Am I going to see the light of day? Oh yeah. Almost up to the base of... There we are. So Mike, you're out here hiking by yourself? Smart move.
My ex-wife used to say, and I think she still does, that I'm my own best audience. And by looking at these fake trips, I'd have to agree with her. For the rest of the video, I don't know, just a little closing here in the Stonington area, Harborside. Again, I was taking a bunch of photos from the room, from the balcony, or from the window, picture window. And I don't know what else I did. I just we'll take it out with some pictures. I'd love to end these videos that way. Again, we're trying a few new things here. Like I said at the beginning, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. I'll let you be the judge.
Back safe and sound. Now, time to go enjoy the sunset. From the picture window. So, It's a really good chance I will have been on my own time lapse, because I can see, yeah, I could see my window over there. I think I've got this whole pier in one of those cameras. Have to pinch in and see if we can see me. Anyway, shot a couple of sunset shots from the pier. I've got time lapse loops going on from the room. Saw another girl that was taking photos out here. We were talking about the amazing light. She was working on her composition, she said, more than anything. And yeah, what an amazing day. Trying to think. Oh yeah, I started out sunrise down in Camden, and yeah, drove up here, went through a couple of small towns. Got some cool clips from the room. Went on that little hike. What a great day. Check out this view, would you? I mean, I've got so much footage. I don't know if it's going to be remotely interesting, but again, I'm documenting my journey, how I'm feeling, and life is good. Life is always good, but for me, I love travel, so life is really good when I'm traveling. Got nothing else to say, I guess. I'm just enjoying the cool breeze. From what I hear, it's like over 100, like 105 in Vegas. It might be windy here now. Somebody just stopped their car and wound down their window and said, "Are you one of those vloggers?" I'm going to try to get up early tomorrow to capture the light out the window. But I'm also going to get down and see if I can catch some lobster fishermen heading out early. Trying to capture some names of different companies here in case I want to come up here next year and actually go on a boat. Try to start doing some advanced work here. Alright, it's almost time for dinner. I'll see you guys in the morning.